Hey,
Hey,
what's going on?
not much, just chilling.
Nice to see you. And you got little Rocky over there.
Yes, he's right here.
Very nice. So you're kind a little bit slanted like this. Any way you could move the
Yeah,
camera?
let me fix that. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Awesome. Looks like how hot is it by you?
I don't know, actually, maybe like 80,
That's
70,
nice. It was
78.
hot earlier.
Touche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I loved meeting you the other day and I love your personal story. So can you just tell us what high caliber working dog is?
Yeah, High Caliber Working Dogs, just my dog training business. We specialize in obedience, protection, behavior modification, just
And
like helping people with their dogs.
mhm. And how did you get into dog training?
Kind of just fell into my lap. Wanted to get my own dog like 10 years ago, and I didn't know where to get it. Went on Craigslist, found a dog. The dog ended up showing a lot of like aggression at a very young age. So I thought like, hey, why not try to get it into training?
Hmm.
And I found a trainer, Lewis Williams, and he just made that dog like really, really amazing, and fell in love with dogs and training right there.
So what's the secret behind dog training? Is it a natural instinct, like you just have it or you don't, or is it all about being consistent, being patient, and just doing it over and over again?
I think definitely hands-on experience helps. So if dog training is something you want to get into, I say the more dogs you can work with, the better, because there's nothing like hands-on experience. With that, you'll gain knowledge because every dog is different. So you'll learn something new from every dog. Like I'm still learning every day.
Hmm. And obviously, Rocky is extremely trained. I think he is the most trained dog I have ever seen, both in real life and on Instagram.
Yeah.
How did you get there with Rocky?
We just I just have goals for him that I think about, and just so before I go out and train him every day, I kind of think about what I want to work on, and just taking my time, things I've learned with other dogs in the past that I wish I would have done different. Kind of just trial and error, but also just taking my time.
Hmm. Patience.
And he's a very good dog, honestly. Like he's amazing. He's like the ideal Dutch Shepherd in my opinion. Maybe not like size wise, but temperament, drive, intensity. He's just great.
When you say size, would you prefer a bigger dog or?
Me personally, no. I think he's perfect size. He's not big, but I think like to breed standard, or to like a lot of other trainers are like looking for like protection dogs, he's a little bit on the smaller side. But I mean, I think he makes up for it with athleticism, intensity, especially in duck diving. Like he jumps 31 feet. I don't think a big dog can really jump 31 feet.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's what we say about Rika. Her prey drive makes up for her small, scrawny size.
yeah, she's
Like
good.
a little peanut. So, I wanted to talk to you about clicker training. Why do we clicker train? How do you clicker train? Why is it?
Well, clicker training is good for marking behaviors. It's basically the same thing as like a verbal cue, but a little bit, the dogs seem to respond a little bit faster to it because they, because when they hear us talking all the time, so they kind of like tune that out. So if you did like, if clicker training is great, you could also use verbal markers. I think as long as you change your voice tone when you do verbal markers, then you can get away with it too. But they seem to just respond a lot faster to the clicker. There's a lot of videos like on Learberg that further explain clicker training because I'm not too good at explaining it. I just know how to use the tools. So,
Wait, I just want to acknowledge Tracker the Malinois. You said Rekka looks so big on here. She is getting way bigger, but I think the camera makes every dog look bigger. It's like the Tom Cruise effect. Tom Cruise is like 5 feet in real life.
yeah.
But, yeah. So, oh, also Andrew. So when I first talked to you, I was saying how Rika listens really well, but her positioning is really sloppy. Like on the left side, she was having trouble. Like she would come into heel and then she would kind of sit to the side. How can you fix that?
Well, one of the things we're working on is barriers. So you could always use barriers. I think barriers come in handy, especially when they're trying to clean stuff up or build good muscle memory with that position. Use the barrier until, don't be afraid to use it for a.
I think you might be cutting out. Can you hear us? Hello, hello. Can you hear us?
There we are.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
We're live.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
So I say so let's recap.
Okay. Where were we? Barriers. Rika sloppy positioning on the left side. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, so so you mean like her in the heel, right? Like she's a little bit crooked?
Yeah. And
Yeah, so
she'll come into heel and then she'll sit out on the side and then she'll keep on getting further and further away from me.
yeah, so barrier is going to be one of your best bets right there. Keep working the barrier until, hundreds and hundreds of reps, and then try it one day without the barrier and see how she is. And I'm pretty sure she'll be good because that's what I use. I imprint the puppies all. That's why you always see me working against the wall, especially with young dogs. Even if the dog is here for just basic obedience, I always like to.
I think cutting out again. Okay.
Yeah, my phone. I don't. How do you get your phone to like not go on lock screen? I never really go on live.
Oh, you know what it is? You have to go to your settings and then like when you want your phone to go to sleep or like X out.
Okay.
Just touch the screen.
Yeah, I'll just keep touching the screen.
Okay, perfect. So let's see. One person asked, let's see, where's that question? Somebody asked if there's one thing you could change about your dog, what would it be?
Rocky?
Oh, stray sketches.
With him?
Yeah.
I wouldn't change nothing. I think he's perfect.
I agree. If I was answering the question, I would say Rika's perfect. So nothing.
Yeah, I'm very happy with him. He's a great dog.
Good. He's awesome.
He's a good boy.
So, okay. Valinoz also asked how to fix sloppy down. Happens 90% of the time, even from a clean fit. Would you say also barrier for that?
No, position box. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the position boxes. Yeah, one of those will definitely help that. And also, if you're using like clicker or treats, when she goes sloppy, don't pay her. Only pay her when she's in the down that you like. You could also use a little bit body pressure and kind of like correct her with your hand and like straighten her out. And you can even use your arm as a barrier. So like you just have to think outside the box a lot of the time and kind of just it's a lot of stuff with dog training is just thinking outside the box, going back inside after a session and think, how can we fix this, and then go out and try it again.
So Canine Zuko is asking, how do you build that engagement with Rocky?
All starts from young age, just um, working engagement, doing the bull work, also management, crate training, not letting him run around the house 24/7, and just loading loading up your markers and high value treats. Find the treats that work good for the dog. Some dogs have super high drive for kibble. Some dogs don't have a high drive for kibble, and you need to use hot dogs or some other sort of treat.
That was the thing with Rika the other day when you were giving her hot dogs. She completely disregarded the duck jerky. Like, we're so used to her high value being duck jerky. The moment that she tasted the hot dog, she's like, I don't want that shit anymore.
Yeah.
So, and then she was kind of like all scatterbrained. She couldn't control herself.
Yeah, sometimes with some dogs, I found if I use hot dogs, their drive state goes so high that they start getting a little sloppy or not really. They start thinking too fast, because they want the treat so bad. So those dogs, I'll use kibble or something. Rocky place. Rocky.
I mean, that's definitely the case with Rika. The hot dogs just pushed her over the edge. She needs something a little bit more chill.
Rocky's very clingy.
It's funny. Okay, Don't Smoke. How do I get a better recall with my dog if he's truly not food or treat driven?
Better recall, and he's not treat or toy driven.
Not food or treat or toy driven. Yeah.
Create some sort of high value reward, maybe a ball or you just have to start work. You could use a long line. Like, there's so many different tricks you can do. I'd have to really see the dog and see what he's doing, see the temperament, and then I could give better insight. It's kind of hard to give an answer when I really haven't seen the dog, you know what I mean? Because a lot of dogs, people say they aren't treat or motivated, but I mean, a lot of them aren't. So I don't know, you just have to, I would say maybe look for a good trainer. Whoever that is that asks the question, I don't know where they are, but if they DM me, and they're not in California or they're not in Southern California, I know so many trainers on Instagram that I respect, but I could point them in the right direction.
Okay. So Don't Smoke, reach out to Andrew and he'll hook you up. Also, I think it comes down to knowing your dog, like really spending time with your dog and like.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a good bond, the dog should want to come to you, you know what I mean? So.
Right. So I also wanted to talk about the different training styles. So there's compulsion training, like negative reinforcement, positive, and then balance. Can you talk about the benefits of each one and your approach?
Well, I like to do balance training. I think there's a time for compulsion sometimes, you know what I mean? Every dog is different. Like we were just saying, some dogs have no motivation for treats. And also certain situations, positive reinforcement can't really help, you know? So I think it's good to be a balanced trainer and know all sides of the spectrum as far as like compulsion, positive reinforcement, and just balanced training is definitely the way to go, in my opinion.
So Samanji's asking, how do you build a strong bond with your dog if they have trust issues?
Don't give them any negative experiences. Create a lot of value in your relationship. Maybe hand feed them. Just spend a lot of time with them, bond with them, show them lots of love.
It's like a relationship with your significant other. Like
Yeah,
if you
pretty
spend
much.
time, if you
Exactly.
treat them
With time
kindly.
and positive, you know, don't giving them any, not giving them any negative experiences, and just showing them all positive experiences, letting them know that you can, you're there to comfort them, and you guys are a team. That bond will definitely form.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a team effort. Um, let's see. So someone asked how to get a Malinois puppy that throws tantrums to stop biting. I really want to hear your take. That is obviously
Yeah,
the number one question.
I was looking at that question, and I would have to like, what kind of tantrums are they throwing?
I mean, I assume that it's probably like basic, like the dog just going rogue, like, just snappy, like probably doing the zoom.
Yeah, just a crazy, crazy dog.
Yeah,
Just a Malinois.
just the
um,
Malinois, exactly.
yeah, I mean, create, like I said earlier, structure, management, create, train, redirect those behaviors into something else, like maybe tug or fetch,
Mm-hmm.
um, and just, yeah, structure.
And
And
so,
of course, it's a puppy. If it's a puppy, it's, they got a lot of energy, so it kind of comes with the territory, especially if you have a Malinois.
right. But what do you do to manage it?
My dogs are always on they all have a routine. For the most part, they're crated. They come out to play. They go back into their crate. They come back out to work. Just a lot of structure, and that also, from my experience, I feel like it also builds drive, because when they come out of their crates, they're just like ready to work.
Right, right. The better listeners. I've been trying to, I've been keeping Rika on the lead more in the house. Like after that puppy phase, she was really well trained and acting like a proper dog. And then
You've done a
she,
great job with her.
oh, thank you.
Like, yeah, I'm very
But,
impressed.
but it's always a work in progress. I mean, it's like we're trying, always
Yeah.
want to learn.
As
So,
long as you get those reps in every day, or sometimes you have to miss a day, but just keep getting reps and taking your time. That's the biggest thing that I had to learn, was take your time. You may see somebody else out there that has the dog the same age as yours, and they might be a little bit more advanced, or you want your dog like their dog. Um, every dog is different. Don't try to, don't put too much pressure on yourself, and just take it day by day, and just take your time, especially if you want like a high quality obedience, or like high standards for whatever you're looking for in your dog. My best advice is just take your time, and if you have access to a knowledgeable trainer for whatever your goals are with that dog, then definitely, you know, seek a trainer for sure.
So Blake Superior is asking, I have an 11-week-old Dutchie that I plan to get into French ring. This is my first working dog, and I a stern handler. Would you recommend personal training or board and train while he is a pup?
It depends. I mean, if you want to go into French ring and you're willing to, go to personal private sessions or whatever multiple times a week, then for sure I would do that. Um, but if you have no time for that, and you want to lay the foundation correct, and you're really serious about French ring, then definitely go to a French ring trainer and do board and train. Probably be a little bit more money, but maybe have them do the foundation so the dog gets a nice little jump on the training, and then after that you guys can do private sessions and progress from there.
Kind of plug and play, however, whatever works for your lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
So Andrew, can you show us some stuff with Rocky? Obviously, I got to see him up close and personal, but I know that some people want to see.
I mean, I could probably do a few position changes while he's on here because I don't really have no one to record right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I
It's
mean, I
hard.
could go grab his ball and then just do a
Wait,
couple of things.
one thing before you switch up the camera. Canine Zuko again. How often and how long do you work Rocky to get him where he
Honestly,
is
with
at?
Rocky, what was the last part?
To get him where he is at now.
Really just like 30 minutes a day, 15 to 30 minutes a day. Nowadays, I don't have to train him so much since I have board and trains. So I focus more on them. And with Rocky, all his markers and communication with me is like very clear. So it's more about just conditioning right now
Mm-hmm.
and just keeping him sharp. But in the beginning, like 30 minutes a day, maybe 10, 20 minutes twice a day.
And how often is Rocky running outside, like getting that hardcore exercise on?
Usually every night.
Okay.
Every night I take him to the park and we just play ball and work a few things.
Okay. So just once.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, Katie Liberatore is asking, how old is Rocky?
I think he just turned 2.5. The
Happy birthday,
17th of this
Rocky.
month. Yeah, he's exactly 2.5 now.
Nice. Okay, so we have 5 more minutes left. Let's see Rocky in action.
Okay. Let me go grab his ball.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice. Touche.
So for anyone that doesn't know, Andrew trains Rocky in French. OPA, you'll hear him say in his videos.
Well, yeah. We're not going to do any OPAing right now, just some positions. Or maybe we'll see. I'll be right back.
Okay. Rika's out with the tug is awesome. Our Mally loves maybe and Luna. Rika's out with the tug is awesome. Our Mally loves fighting and it's been a work in progress practicing. That's awesome. Good job, guys.
Okay.
And if you guys didn't get to, if we didn't get to one of your questions, don't worry, we'll do more of these.
Rocky. Double. Couche. Double. Asi. Couche. Double. Spin. Couche. Quiet. Pass off. Touch.
Quiet.
Pass off.
Watch Rocky.
So, if I had someone here to record, I would make him do the jumps and stuff, but I don't really have anyone right now.
Up. How do you, wait. How difficult, I mean, okay, what was the hardest command to teach Rocky?
Nice. Okay. What was that?
What was the hardest command to teach Rocky?
The orbit took me a little bit time.
Oh, that was one question from Viker. How do you do a proper orbit? And
I
if you could
learned
just explain what an orbit is to anyone that doesn't know.
orbit is when they're at a heel, when they're either in a heel position and they back up all around, they back up all behind you, basically back into the heel. I learned that from Bushank. I don't know if anyone knows Bushank on Instagram. He's a very good trainer. I think he works at Primal Canine. He's amazing. He sent me a video on how he taught his dog to do the orbit. And basically it's like marking in like 5 different areas if anybody's interested in learning the orbit, they can either message me or maybe give Bushank a message, because he was very thorough at explaining it, and Rocky pretty much learned it in like 3 sessions. But for a while, like, it was a little bit hard, but it was actually kind of easy. Once he sent me the video, like, I couldn't figure it out on my own, but he sent me the video and it took like 3 sessions. So shout out to Bushank for teaching Rocky that.
Someone's asking if you can do an orbit. Maybe in Luna is asking if you could do an orbit. I think it might be tough, camera situation.
Yeah, plus we haven't done it so good. I don't feel like my orbit is that good, honestly. Like, we don't do it often, and I mean, I could try right now, but we'll see. I like to practice with food, because like I said, his drive state goes so high for this ball, he's probably gonna like not do it that clean. So I like to do reps with food to get him conditioned, and then I'll bring his ball in. And we haven't done it for like 2 weeks, because it's one of the newer things we learned. We probably only learned it like a month ago. So, I mean, yeah.
So there is no timeline.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, with him, like, as you see, he's so intense once his ball comes out. That's why I suggest using, or everyone suggests using food when teaching behaviors. And then once the behavior is set, then you can bring in your ball or tug once it's clear. So we haven't done enough reps to where it's super clear yet.
Well, it's okay. Next time you'll do an orbit with Rocky. Okay, so we're 30 minutes in. Andrew, I just want to thank you so much. You're also extremely humble, so we appreciate that and respect that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, appreciate you guys for having me on.
Of course. We'll post this for sure, and until next time.
Okay.
Message.
Have a good day.
Okay,
Bye.
and message High Caliber Working Dog if you guys have any specific questions about your dog training, board and train. He will respond. Hopefully, please respond.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one. Thank you.